Good morning and welcome to Rise and 9. It's December 3rd.
And feeling like a very cold December 3rd, and it's only going to get colder today.
I know, that was the strange part. We had AJ Rickman in for the morning news today, and he was saying the high for the day is actually right now. It's this morning.
It's balmy as what? Is it 5 degrees out right now or something? I think it's
still
warmer than
cold.
that though.
It's still cold, but the high, so that just means it's only going to get colder, and I wrote this part down. It is going to be in the 20s by lunchtime, teens by this evening. Tomorrow's high, 11.
That is colder than our usual low. The normal low this time of year is around 21. So this feels more like it does in January when you have those long cold snaps.
Yeah, exactly. That's what AJ was talking about, is we usually see this after the holidays when we kind of expect it to be really cold. But for this to happen, I mean, it was just November. We're December 3rd, 3 days into December, and it's already, we got a foot of snow, and now we're about to break records with low temperatures.
Yeah, it could be breaking those by a degree or two. We'll have to find out tomorrow if we did.
Yeah, and I found it funny. We both walked in this morning wearing sweaters, and we're like, okay, we both know what's coming. It's just like you mentally are preparing yourself to be freezing.
Right, even though it's cold. We're always cold in this studio and in the newsroom.
Right. I'm always cold in general, but yeah, there's just something about hearing a high of 11 for tomorrow and knowing that, you know, the time we came into the office, essentially in the middle of the night, was warmer than when we're going to leave the office, more around lunchtime. That's just crazy to think about.
Yeah, and that's not even counting the wind chills, what it's actually going to feel like. What was it, negative 25 or something like that?
Just a temperature that sounds fake. Like, how is that even possible to be that cold? So, yeah, going to want to bundle up today, bundle the kids up, headed out to the bus stop this morning. It is going to be cold, even colder when they leave school to come home.
Right, and yesterday it was sunny, still cold, but took Walt out for a walk, and I've never seen this before, or at least don't remember seeing it before. He was walking, I could see my own breath, but I could see his breath too.
You know it's cold when you see the dog's breath.
Right, and that wasn't even the coldest day. I don't know how cold it's going to be today and tomorrow. We'll be able to notice. Probably a very short walk.
Oh yeah, I'm normally a 1 cup of coffee person. I had told Jackie I got to make a second cup today. Just feeling more tired. I don't know if it's the temperatures or the fact we're 2 days in coming off the holiday weekend, or what it is, but it just tastes extra good to have warm coffee too when it's this cold outside.
Yeah, I was happy yesterday. I also made it to the gym. It had been a little bit with the holiday weekend. Felt so good to move around, even though I forgot my water bottle, my hair clip and everything, and my earbuds, my headphones
out
were
of
dead.
routine.
The workout still felt good.
Yes, I know. I forced myself to the basement to do a workout yesterday. It just felt so good by the fireplace. I'm like, do I have to? Do I have to? I always feel better to get it in.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like this every single time. Like, I know I need to. It's going to feel good when I'm working out and when it's done. But the act of getting there, it's just like a battle every time. You're like, we could just go home.
Yeah.
But no, just do it.
Yeah, I blame the weather, honestly. So I think it's so much easier to get that motivation when it's sunny and 70 outside. You're like, sure, I'll go walk a few miles, go on a jog, whatever. But when it gets cold like this, you have to find that motivation to continue to be active, really.
Right, just think about how good you're going to feel when it's all done.
Exactly, yeah, that's always a great start.
Yeah, but some other news stories we're talking about this morning. There were runoff elections in Waterloo yesterday.
Yeah, and Waterloo elected its first new mayor in a decade. So Quentin Hart has been there for 5 terms, 10 years as mayor. He's also the first black mayor in Waterloo, which is notable. But Dave Boson won by about 9 percentage points.
Yeah, and that's a change there to have the incumbent not be reelected.
Exactly, yeah, and I believe there were 3 incumbents in Black Hawk County who were not reelected yesterday. So change coming to Waterloo, like we said, after 10 years under Quentin Hart.
Right, and this weekend, shotgun deer hunting season starts. It seems like it's always cold for that weekend too. But that is something that the DNR wants you to keep safety in mind, because it is a very dangerous time as well.
It is, yeah. Maybe the deer like the cold. I don't know if that helps your odds or not. You know, sometimes people say you catch better fish in the rain. Maybe you find more deer in the cold. Not sure. But Brian Tavik did a story with the Iowa DNR yesterday. Also spoke with a hunter who's excited to get out this coming weekend. But the DNR was sharing some safety tips. They did say around 9 hunters are hurt each year in hunting accidents. And Iowa typically sees on average about 1 hunting death a year. So obviously one's too many, but it is down from what we've seen in the past.
Yes, it has been much higher in the past, even though 1 is too many. And the DNR says it believes that's because of hunter safety classes. I remember I took that when I was in middle school just to be safe. the hunter safety class, that's been available since the 60s. That's when injuries and deaths were at their highest levels, 1967. 121 incidents with 19 people dying.
Yeah, that sounds like so many compared to what we hear nowadays. But he did tell Brian that since that class became mandatory in the 1980s, incidents dropped to 38 per year with 3 deaths a year. And so things have been improving, and the DNR person that Brian spoke with was attributing that to making this course mandatory, making sure that hunters have to take this course before they get out and start hunting.
Yeah, and just a whole, change in attitude and towards safety with that hunter safety course.
Exactly, yeah. It's a story you'll want to check out on our website. It was really interesting not only to hear from the DNR, but to actually hear from a hunter too. So Brian did a really nice job with that.
Yeah, a hunter who said he was looking forward to going with his kids who are getting old enough to go, because it is a family activity, a tradition for a lot of families.
Exactly, yeah. So you'll have to bundle up to do that this weekend.
Yeah, put on that blaze orange hat.
Yeah, no kidding. And also yesterday, we're coming off of Giving Tuesday. Yesterday, of course, that's always a day of the year where people give back.
Yeah, and one of the many ways people did that yesterday, members of the Junior League packed donated household items into the Stuff the Truck event, and that's helping kids who are aging out of the foster system. There can be kind of a care drop-off once those kids turn 18 and become an adult.
Yeah, and this is so important. If you think about when you left the house for the first time, and maybe all the things that your parents passed on to you, maybe they gave you their old toaster or their old pots and pans, those hand-me-downs that you maybe didn't have to buy for yourself. And these kids coming out of foster care don't necessarily have those things passed on to them, so they're starting completely from scratch. A lot of them getting into their own apartments for the first time, really with nothing. So this helps provide those essential items that they can use daily.
Yeah, just things like sheets for your bed that are just so important. But the Junior League is taking those donations to Foundation 2 Crisis Services. And those will be donated throughout the year. And you can still make donations through December 13th. So you have some time. And I'm sure lots of places will still accept those donations to the whole holiday season, the whole year round.
Yes, and I've covered this Stuff the Truck in particular a couple times in the past. They always set their truck up outside of Crafted Coffee in downtown Cedar Rapids. And one thing I've always noticed is, of course, you picture the foster kids, which we don't get to meet, but you picture how happy they are to receive these items. But one thing you notice if you're actually at the Stuff the Truck event is how happy people are to give these items. There's a lot of joy in giving too.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes such a huge difference. And one of the people, this was Jocelyn Pisha, her story yesterday, she talked to Danielle Monty, who we also heard from in the Give Birds event. So she's doing a lot of good for her community.
Yeah, Van Meter always doing a lot to give back. And yeah, it was just really awesome to see, how many people are always willing to step up and help these community members get what they need as they're starting out on their own, and especially at this time before the holidays.
Right, we hear so often about the need in the community. Nice to hear the people who are addressing that and making it a better place.
Yeah, and there's so many different ways to give back this time of year. I know we're going to be ringing bells with the Salvation Army here coming up soon. It's just really nice to be able to do that, but especially in this season.
Right, the Coats for Kids program, you were so generous to donate. Can see why you need those coats in a day like today.
No
that would be awful without one.
Yeah, I'm glad that timing worked out, because it is cold out there.
Yeah, so cold. Hope everybody stays warm today.
Yes, me too. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Rise and Dine.
Have a great day today.